Hello, welcome to our online class today. Uh, so, this is Uriya sir. We are going to take class for English version plus 7, and this is about science from chapter 10. And I will discuss lesson 1 to 2 so that you can get a whole idea about electricity. So, as the chapter is about electricity, we are going to know about the origin of charge. So, at first, we have to know about electricity. How does it originate? To understand this, we have to know a little bit of history. Electricity is produced due to charge. But what is charge actually? Where does it come from? To know about this, we have to go to 600 BC. There was a Greek philosopher Thales who discovered that the glue extracted from amber tree. He made a little experiment with the glue. What was that? After cutting the stem of amber tree that the glue was derived from it was kept for some time. Then it became harder and showed a yellowish color, and it was called Suleimani stone at that time. Then the hard stone was wrapped with a silk fabric, and it was observed that the amber was showing some attraction force. What actually happened there? From this experiment, a great breakthrough was established. The reason of the attractive force was nothing but charge. So, the Greeks in 600 BC that saw that static electricity rubbed amber and pearl and that attracted straw. So here we can say the rubbing process is happening, and the great person, the Thales, is here for you to know that how does it look. So the Thales, Greek philosopher, he is the person who discovered electricity. You can also see a battery. This was made by the Persians. Okay, so now we'll discover a very interesting thing. So what is inside an atom? So in order to know about this, we'll have to see a video clip, just a short video clip, so that you can understand it more clearly.
Atoms make up everything. But what makes up atoms? Protons, electrons, and neutrons. There are 118 different kinds of atoms, which are each the smallest part of an element. If we observe elements like gold, carbon, and oxygen, we can see that they have very different properties that don't look or act the same. But why are they so different? Well, it comes down to what's inside their atoms. As you can see here, atoms are made of just 3 types of tiny particles called protons, electrons, and neutrons. And each of these tiny particles does something special. For example, it's the number of protons inside an atom that makes each element different. If we look at the periodic table, the first element, hydrogen, has 1 proton. The second element, helium, has 2 protons. And the third element, lithium, has 3 protons. This goes on all the way up to the 118th element, oganesson, which has, that's right, 118 protons in its nucleus. By the way, the number of protons in an atom is also called its atomic number, which you can see here on the periodic table of elements. Now, electrons are much smaller than protons, and they zip around protons at lightning speed, making up something called an electron cloud around the atom. Electrons do this because they have a negative electrical charge, which always pulls towards the proton's positive electrical charge. This pull between the positive protons and the negative electrons is called the electric force, and it's always there. So whenever a free electron gets close enough to a lonely proton, zap, they'll become part of the same atom. That's why all the elements have the same number of electrons and protons. So why do atoms need neutrons? Well, without neutrons, the electric force will cause the positively charged protons to push each other out of the atom. But there's a stronger force that exists between neutrons and protons, which stops the protons from flying apart. It's called the strong nuclear force, or strong force for short, and it kind of works like glue to hold the nucleus together. If there were no neutrons, everything would simply be hydrogen.
So here we go again. So in this picture you can see the nucleus is at the center and the rod, the marble like things are the electrons. They are moving around the nucleus. The nucleus is at the center. Okay, so in summary, an atom is the smallest unit quantity of an element that is capable of existing either alone or in chemical combination with other atoms of the same or another element. The fundamental particles of which atoms are composed are the proton, electron, and neutron. The nucleus of an atom consists of protons and, with the exception of protium, neutrons, and is positively charged. The nucleus of protium consists of a single proton. The electrons occupy a region of space around the nucleus. Nearly all the masses of an atom is concentrated in the nucleus. The volume of the nucleus is only a tiny fraction of that of the atom. So this is our first class. I think you have got overall idea about atom, nucleus, and how does the electricity idea came to our mind. So in our next class we will do some experiment about how to about static electricity, so that it will be more fun for you to know about the essence of electricity. Okay, so thank you everyone.